Hello and welcome back to another episode of Getting Every Minecraft Advancement. As I said in the end of last video, the first part of this video is trying to get all of the mobs to breed with each other, which was both the easiest and most difficult task, and I think you'll see why the further we go. As you can kind of see, I started off by breeding all of the animals that I had close to home. So like my cows, my sheep, my chickens, etc. And then I went about taming all the donkeys and the horses I thought I'd need for this. I'd need at least 2 donkeys and 2 horses. And then somehow, 4 animals gave birth to 3 babies. Yeah, I don't know either. I wish I knew. I wish I could give a good explanation about how the hell this happened, but instead I just stare, baffled. And then I bred some of the cats together real quick. Trying to breed bunnies was somehow a perilous task because I found one, got it on a lead, and then it fell and killed itself, so I had to find 2 different bunnies. Tragic, I guess. I ended up going down into the lush cave again to get a different axolotl because of the tragic loss that occurred a few episodes ago, where the other 2 axolotls I had were lost at sea, I'll say. And then next on my list was the turtles. And then I stopped by for some wolves at the, what is it called? The spruce forest. Don't know how I forgot that, but I did. I decided to tackle the nether mobs next because at this point I had kind of been putting them off, even though they would be kinda easy compared to, like, finding 2 ocelots. I decided to try my hand at the horse, mule, donkey situation and made another mule by accident. Not what I meant to do. Meant to make a donkey baby, but, you know, it happens sometimes. Sometimes there are accidents. The foxes had kind of been one I was dreading because foxes are notorious for just bolting in the other direction of the player no matter what you do. But after a lot of fox wrangling, I managed to sort it out, so yay! I was really tempted to stick around the mountain and try to get some goat horns, but I ultimately decided against it because it seemed like it'd be a really annoying, repetitive task that I wasn't in the mood for, but maybe I'll try it later. back on the Mushroom Island, I found one of my holes. I think this was a few episodes ago. I was looking for a deep dark here and dug a hole down to like -50 or something, or wherever deep dark started spawning, and then didn't find anything. I was really annoyed. Or maybe I found one. I don't remember. I do know for a fact I got really lucky with these pandas because I flew into the bamboo forest and they were just there, ready. So that was really good because pandas can be notoriously terrible at spawning. The plan that I had for the ocelots was to clear out a big stretch of jungle and then just wait for the cats to spawn so it'd be easier. But then I cleared out an entire stretch of jungle, no cats spawned, and I just walked into the jungle, found 2 ocelots, got them both to trust me, and then boom. Although putting a tamed ocelot on a lead while holding fish made it act a little weird. Don't know about this one. Don't know about this edition, Mojang. Maybe I don't know about the twitchy cat update. I decided to bring over 2 donkeys outside of the pen and then breed them so I wouldn't risk accidentally making another mule. And then that all worked out. But now comes the arduous part of this. Now you wouldn't think it would be arduous because you'd think, oh, maybe the ocelots or the pandas or the foxes would be the really difficult part of this. Nope. It was the llamas. I don't know why, but everywhere I went, I couldn't find any llamas, because apparently, from what I read on the wiki, and if this turns out to be false, I will be really upset, but if you breed 2 trader llamas together, it doesn't count for the 2x2 advancement, so I needed to find 2 naturally spawning llamas in a savanna plateau. And I went for a long time, a very, very long time, several thousand blocks in many, many directions, and found nothing. I did finally manage to get the healing power of friendship advancement with no casualties, so small victory even if it wasn't a llama. In fact, I ended up dying in a random snowy biome and walking for several thousand blocks in order to get my stuff back. And then when I got there, there were still no llamas. I did get a goat horn though when I was walking around, and that was pretty snazzy. I don't even remember what the biome I found the llamas in was called because this is not a savanna plateau. I think it's one of the windswept hills biomes or something. I'm not entirely sure. But I found them. I did. They were there. Next, because I just finished the husbandry tab, I was like, well, that's one of the tabs cleaned up. One of the other tabs that I could finish is the nether tab, but what that involves is bringing a ghast into the overworld and killing it. And the idea that I had was to take an idea that I tried before and do it better. So I wanted to make a ghast farm. So I needed a lot of obsidian, so I did just remove an entire pillar. It was one of the short ones, but it's still pretty impressive. It was like 6 stacks. I will link the tutorial that I used, but I don't think I used the right kind of tutorial for this, because it involved something about sending it in and sending it back, and redstone is really complicated and I don't understand it. One of the things that the tutorial did do was say, hey, by the way, you need a bucket, and I didn't bring any iron or anything with me or any buckets, so I then had to go caving. But I did find like a proper deep dark biome that had the skull catalyst and everything. So I finally got that advancement, which was pretty nice. I hadn't set out to find it, but I still got it. And I'd also died, so I had to go and collect all of my stuff from the various piglins who had picked it up, and I found this little baby thing with my elytra on it. And then I think I put my ghast farm in the wrong biome. That's the only explanation for how I accidentally made a slightly dysfunctional piglin farm. That's the only explanation. That's all it can be. There's no way that any of the quote-unquote redstone that I quote-unquote did would do this to me. So then I did the only sane thing to do, and I gave up completely again for the second time and decided to start killing drowned with tridents to get a trident, because that's a different set of advancements that I do still need to do. So I might as well do those first and procrastinate more. I ended up killing so many drowned. I don't even want to check the statistics to see how many it was, because I just know it's a lot. Just like I will not check my statistics and see how much sand and gravel I've mined, because self-love, ignorance will protect me from my own usage of time. I think this episode's cursed, because I kept finding weird things back when I was clearing out the jungle, and then there was the cats, and then there's this random one block of floating water and kelp, and what the hell's going on? I got a bit bored scouring the ocean for several hours killing drowned, so I decided to take a break and do an advancement that I knew that I could do. It would just take a while, or not really take a while, but take some patience. And it's to shoot the center of a target block from 30 blocks away. And I think this advancement is dumb, because the way that arrows work is that they will you can aim in the exact same location and it will go several pixels to the left, several pixels to the right, several pixels up, several pixels down. So it's just luck, but not even the fun luck where it's like, will you, won't you, will you get lucky with like by your own skill or whatever. It's just pure luck, and I don't like it. That's it. That's the end of the tangent. I don't like it. I followed a tutorial after a while because I was getting a bit frustrated from this account. It's called Person, which doesn't really help find it, so there will be another link in the description for it. but it was basically to put a trapdoor down and then put a billion different arrows on it so that one of them will hit it in the right place, do some weird little bit of redstone, walk away, trigger the redstone, the arrows will fall, because you still shot the arrows, there was just a weird delay, it'll still give you the advancement. Except I was bad at it, so it took many, many tries for it to work. And I mean a lot. A lot of tries, a lot of arrows. I think I went through an entire bow, because the thing is that my flame bow made it impossible to see where I was hitting. And also I think Infinity might have messed it up a bit, but I didn't want to check because that would be another waste of time, so I just tried. One of the things I'd forgotten about was the skulk, so I wanted to quickly set that down, kill a mob next to it, get the advancement, move on. So I picked up a sheep from my pen and killed it. And absolutely nothing weird happened. I guess the advancement didn't lie. It does spread, which is not at all concerning. So I did the only sane thing you can do when you've got a weird Minecraft fungus, and I contained it in a single fence block because nothing can get out of the single fence block. And here's all the advancements I got this episode. I'm really not looking forward to most of the ones that I have left because it's waiting for a thunderstorm, trying to hit phantoms, potions, ghasts. God, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite ones I have left, and honestly, I think that explains why I left them to the end. Funny how that works. If you don't like something and you don't do it, it'll still be there.